What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. Make sure you guys go to the website, sbrpicks.com/NBA. NBA. Junior over here talking about getting some Uber Eats and stuff, man, right before the show, man.
I'm hungry,
You
bro.
guys hilarious, man. I'm your host, Jay Money. It's my guy, Jordan Sharp. It's my guy, Junior Browne, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, got to get something to eat. But what's up, Junior? What's up with you, my guy? Other than you being hungry, other than that, everything good with you?
Yeah, about to make an order so it gets here just in time for when the show ends. But I've been good. Saturday, glad I was able to bounce back with a couple winners after having a pretty rough week. My pick yesterday on the SBR website came through. So just looking to, take that momentum into this week. Last week of the regular season, all of a sudden, every game means something. So we talk about motivation. Hopefully, I would think that there's some motivated teams out here because all of a sudden, all of these games kind of have meaning. Teams that were dead all of a sudden have life. I'll let you guys kind of get into that. Jay usually does a good recap. So, Jordan, how was your weekend?
Not bad. Went 1-1 Friday. Hit the Sixers first half. Lost that first half over on the Suns, or first half under on the Suns. Excuse me. It went over. Did make a play on Saturday because I had family in town. But Sunday we got a win on the under that New York and Clippers game. So 2-1 if you include Friday's game. So pretty nice. Can't complain about anything like that. But ready to bounce back into a full slate here. Final week of the regular season. So trying to squeeze every last drop of value out that we can. How about you, Jay?
Yeah, man, it was a good weekend, must say, man. Stacked up a few units, my guys. Was on the Grizzlies. I put a little something on the Grizzlies on Saturday, full game in that one, so they cashed 109.9. I had to pull away in the second half for their one. The Wizards, they got a 1-point win over the Pacers over there. Must say, I was watching that game. The Pacers actually kind of seemed like they want to play basketball again. They actually probably should have won that game as well, but they ended up losing by 1 point. Let's see, the Pistons, they go down versus the 76ers. They're 118-104. The Nets come all the way back versus the Nuggets, and they'll win 125-119. We know they sat Aaron Gordon, and they'll win. So Nets, they showed something, and they'll win. Kyrie said, "Hey, we was getting our ass kicked for 3 quarters. We had to come out and, you know what I'm saying, and show something there and show a fight and intensity." That's exactly what they did. The Rockets almost beat the Jazz. Jazz get done 124-116. Warriors smack up the Thunder a couple of times, 136-97, 124 over 120 over 102 for the Blazers over the Spurs, my guys. Sunday. It was a quick day yesterday. Eight games yesterday. Lakers beat the Suns 123-110. Kings beat up on the Thunder. Timberwolves. I hopped on the Timberwolves yesterday, guys. -7.5. They smacked up them boys of Magic. Bulls are hot. They come to play every game. Junior, the boys, baby Bulls might back. Mavs smack up the Cavs again. Pelicans. Lonzo, big brother, get the win over LaMelo. LaMelo Ball is he's hurt over there, guys. So he's still playing, but his wrist is hurt. Heat get it done over Celtics 130-124. And the Knicks beat the Clippers outright, my guys. What happened? Let's get to today's games, though, Jordan. I know John Wick coming out here pretty soon, my guys. I know you've been over there filming. We need tickets to the show, man, for anybody else see it. You dig what I'm saying? First game up, Wizards versus Hawks. Jordan, what we doing, my guy, in this one? The Hawks land 8.5 now, my guy.
Every time I think about this game, I look at two things. A, that Bradley Beal's not playing, and that Russell Westbrook is going to have to go for like 50 points and 20 assists if they want to win this game, the way the implied totals kind of works out for Washington. I mean, if he doesn't, I can't see Atlanta not winning this game. Now, by margin's a different story, obviously, but Atlanta getting healthier. I think DeAndre Hunter, questionable for this game, could be back in action as well. Without Beal in the lineup, that means that Washington is going to have to really rely on Rui Hachimura to step up a little bit, and Atlanta's pretty strong defensively in that area. So tough for me to say anything other than maybe Hawks are nothing for me. I'd love to take points with the Wizards here. I think with the way they're playing, I think you got to give them some respect here, and that's why I think it's probably going to stay a lean for me on Atlanta, but it's hard for me to take away Bradley Beal out of that lineup and expect the Wizards to have as potent of an offense as they have been. So it's probably going to be a pass, but lean Hawks, I think, right now.
Got you, Junior. What you think about this? And this line's inflated as well. I mean, you could have got Hawks this morning 6.5. It's up to 8.5, my guy. What do you think? Is it too many points? Is it going too high for the Hawks here at the house, Junior?
Yeah, I think it is too many points, which is why I'm on the total. I agree with something Jordan just said, and I actually was on the over until I realized Bradley Beal's actually out. According to their beat reporter or their beat writer, he's out for the next 2 games. 237 points is a lot. The Hawks defense has been pretty bad during this little bump in the road that they've had where they're not really playing so well. So I expect them to actually kind of bounce back defensively here, especially without Beal. I think Russell Westbrook, I'm not going to accuse him of kind of chasing a stat, but we know the stat that he's chasing tonight. I think his usage rating is going to be out of control. And when his usage rating is super high, his turnovers tend to be super high too. So I think that defensively, the Hawks kind of get it done. I'm going to take the under 237 in this spot. I think that's kind of a lot of points. I think the Hawks win this game, probably score about 112, maybe 115, which means obviously the Wizards are going to score less than that. So, I mean, in my opinion anyways. So, yeah, I think even though taking a Wizards under is kind of a risky play, the no Bradley Beal factor mixed with the way that the Hawks kind of do business. When the Hawks are playing well, their defense usually tends to show up. But when it doesn't, that's kind of when they have problems. And under Nate McMillan, even though you look at their record and they've been 22nd in defense, under Nate McMillan, they've been like 13th or something like that. So their defense is actually way better than what we're seeing. It just started off so bad that they haven't been able to kind of get that stat going the other way. So I guess I'm talking too long. Hawks and the Hawks game under. Sorry, Hawks Wizards under.
Gotcha. Jordan, what you think about that total play, my guy? I must say, if I was playing the total here, I'd be on the under two. Obviously, not just because Beal is out, but the Hawks, they do have to bounce back defensively after that horrible defensive effort in the last game. You see what I'm saying? So it should be a bounce back defensively for the Hawks, and we know the Wizards' offense is going to look a lot different without Beal out there. What you think about that under?
I actually might have to. Junior's like kind of convincing me too, because the more that I think about it, the more you look at the standings. But this is like pretty much a must-win game for both teams. Wizards would fall down to the 10th seed with a loss and a Pacers win, and then you got the Hawks who are still, within a shot of that 4th seed as well, and that would be huge for this team. I think getting home court advantage in the first round. So I mean, if you look at and you've had in Beal being out, I agree. The Wizards' offense is going to look entirely different. Their shooting is going to take a huge step back. Whether or not they recover from that is going to make or break the under here. So I think that probably, I think I probably definitely endorse that underplay. It might be something I might have to tail Junior on.
Yeah, and another thing, one last thing, and I hate playing total, and I probably won't play, but I do think it's going to cash. So look, they've had 3 days off as well, Junior, like you always say. So I mean, they've had 3 days off since an absolute terrible game where they give up 133 versus the Pacers. Just did not come to play. See what I'm saying? Simply put, even especially on the defensive end, they have a defensive coach, Nate McMillan. He should fire into them boys. You have to get ready, but like we say, with totals, it's all about pace. So they could be working on defense for 3 days straight. You see what I'm saying? If the Wizards come out there with their pace and they get to running with them. So heavy lean to under. I could only look under here. I think the fact that the Hawks been off for 3 days stewing off giving up 133, working on defense. I think this one goes under, my guys. Let's get to the next game. Pacers and Jordan Jr. taking your spot, man. You're supposed to be the toe guy, man. Come on, bro. But I'm messing with you, man. Pacers versus Cavs, my guys. Oh boy, what are we doing to Cavs? The boy turn into the Thunder or what? When the last time these motherfuckers won a game? All right, Junior, what you like in this one, my guy? What we doing? Are we laying 8.5 on the road to Pacers?
I mean, do I have to make this old ass joke now at this point that the Pacers don't cover spreads? No, we're not doing that. Of course not. You're either passing on this game or you're looking at the total. I kind of don't have a feel for the total, so I kind of actually want to hear what Jordan has to say about it. 230 points. Seems like a lot of points for these teams. I know that the Pacers are basically missing most of their big men other than Sabonis. Brogdon is questionable. There's so many question marks for this game. The Cleveland Cavaliers can't do anything right now. I just don't see what angle anyone can have on this game. So I'm kind of curious to hear what you guys got to say. For me, it's a pass for sure.
And Brogdon and Lamb them been questionable for the past 5 or 6 fucking games, man. Jordan, what you got any inside info on this one? When Brogdon coming back, my guy?
I wouldn't call it inside info. I just like to look at the trends of this game. But both teams kind of are questionable what they're going to do injury wise. With Cleveland coming off back to back, we still haven't seen their injury report yet. Hopefully we'll get a clue to what that looks like here in about 20 minutes. But until then, I don't think I can really get on either side of this game, especially the spread. I will say this. I think the lean towards the under is probably the correct direction for two reasons. One, we don't know who's going to play. Obviously, Cleveland and Indiana could sit out some measurable starting talent in this one as well. And also, the Cavs have been like a lock or at least 2-1 cashing unders on the second night of a back-to-back. They say they're 5-10 or 5-11 or sorry 11-5 or 10-5 cashing the under on no rest this season. So with the way their offense is looking, I can't think of any other direction you'd like to think of the total of this one. But I got to see who's playing first before I make that just distinction. But yeah, I would say I'd lean under, but I can't put any money on it right now until I know at least somewhat definitively of who's going to play on both sides. Definitely to start with Cleveland. Like if Garland's still out and stuff, that will be the first, I think, domino to fall on the under being a good play.
Yeah, I do think Garland is still out, in which they're probably not gonna rush to bring him back. I mean, fuck, you lost 10 straight games. I'm just looking at just going back 10. They've lost all 10 games. You see what I'm saying? Did go to overtime versus the Suns, maybe even tanked that one away on purpose. But boys are active. They're trying to get this race to the bottom. You see what I'm saying? So the Pacers actually have something to play for. I don't think that the Pacers will rest any guys. I mean, they might even get healthy here. If you're the Pacers here, you want to look for a punching bag. Anybody's face, especially if you're the coach, you want to go in church like when they beat the Thunder. That's how they would need some wins. The coach has to win their game every game in the rest of the season just for the show that he needs to keep his job, man. So, like I said, I'm not laying 8.5 with the Pacers. The only way I look though, I'm not looking to take the Cavs here. And I hate to say it, but in Pacers games, I don't know. I don't know about the under right now in the boys game.
Jay, real quick, I forgot to mention, I think one of the reasons why I think I'm staying off the under as well is the Pacers have just been playing at a huge pace lately, so it's tough
exactly.
It's hard to trust them on the under too, and they could drop 138 points on the Cavs tonight. Also, like that, anything is possible in this game. It's probably why I'm just going to stay away from it.
Crazy stat here. Pacers 0-7 against the spread last 7 Monday games. Maybe they just don't like playing Mondays. They do have the 76ers tomorrow, my guys. So just be interested to see what happens there. It is, in theory, a motivated spot for the Pacers. They are coming off a loss. They are starting to put together. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching them. They actually started to play these past couple games. So be interested to see what happens here. I'm not laying the 8.5. I actually was at 2.5 last night. Guys that have FanDuel New Jersey actually opened at 2.5 last night. This morning was up to 6.5. So just take that for what it's worth. Next game up, my guys. Pelicans versus Grizzlies here. Back-to-back spot for the Pelicans. Grizzlies laying 9 here at the house, my guys. They have lost 5 straight games to the Pelicans. I believe earlier this year they lost like 144, 113, if I'm not mistaken here, Jordan. What you think with this game? How do you think the pace is going to go here, my guy?
Fast, very fast. I would like to know also who's going to play for the Pelicans, like if anybody's going to return for them tonight, or if they truly have raised the white flag. I can't really figure that out yet right now, but I mean the steam's catching the over. I would think that New Orleans is going to play fast regardless of who plays for them, so it's just a matter of how many of those shots are going to get into the basket actually. So once again, kind of got to wait for this 130 injury report before we really make some news on that. But it's sure heading towards maybe a Brandon Ingram coming back tonight or something, but I can't tell. I have no idea. Memphis is obviously still scratching and clawing down there at the bottom of the Western Conference, so they are motivated tonight to run up the score against this defense. And the way I think the Pelicans, especially their first half defense, has just been atrocious lately. They're giving up over 120 points for 100 possessions their last 5 first halves. So maybe a first half over here over the full game. I'm trying to look and see if it's over. I think it's like 117 right now. It's hit some steam as well. So tough right now. It's a couple of tough lines. I'm not really ready to endorse either side of it, but I do think I would lean towards the over here. But I got to know what the Pelicans lineup's going to look like tonight first.
Got you. Grizzly, Junior, what you think about this one, my guy? You think the Grizzlies should be laying 9 here? Do you think it's too many points? And its total opened up at 224.5 up to 230. Junior, what are we doing with this total, my guy?
I'm taking the under. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you one of the weirdest stats that I've seen all season. In the last 10 games, the Pelicans have had the best defense in the league. I'm still trying to figure out how that's even possible. But the numbers kind of don't lie. And here's the thing. Yesterday, they expended a lot of energy coming back against the Hornets. They were down double digits and came all the way back. I feel like the Hornets kind of threw that game away. Now you're asking them to come back in a back-to-back situation with no Ingram, no Zion, and put up points here. It's going to be tough for them. I think that they're going to have problems scoring in this game. They are going to play at a fast pace. You're right about that. But Two things. First of all, the best version of Memphis to me is a defensive Memphis. I don't mean to hate on, the Grizzlies, but god damn, it's hard to watch them on offense, bro. Their offense is pedestrian at that. So it's rough. It's rough, bro. When John Morant don't have the ball, I wish there was a way that. Anyways, I don't want to get into all that. It's just not good. Any metric you look up, I'm not just going by the eye test. Obviously, I'm going by metrics. Also, their offense has been, it's been very, very average. I think 230 points is a lot of points for this game. It's up to 230.5 at Pinnacle. Actually, yeah, 230.5. So that's my play. 230.5. Under.
Jordan, he took your spot, man. I'm telling you, man.
He's on the unders today. I like it though. I mean, I
Junior
don't like this one, but I like the the totals. I will say this though, he did. I don't think he's mentioned that the Grizzlies' offenses look pretty bad. I mean, the Pelicans has been even worse lately. So, and they're if they don't have their guys tonight, that could play as well. And that's kind of like, because once again, it comes down to personnel with some of these that are preventing me from making them actual plays and just staying leans on them. But I mean, I think that if it does fall the direction of the Pelicans that have raised the white flag, they're going to continue to hold out most of their guys. I mean, it definitely could get ugly tonight, especially, and I will say this, especially if it plays towards the Grizzlies, because they're gonna be the pace down team in this one, which I don't know how it's gonna play exactly, but I do think that they have if they're gonna win and potentially win by margin, it's gonna play more towards the under, I think, because they're gonna shut these Pellies down to about 105.
Yeah, Grizz are nothing for me, my guys. I'm sure a lot of people probably looking at the 9 as well and probably like it's way too many points. That's the only way I look at it. It's not a game that I'm interested in betting on, my guys. Let's go to the next game. We have the Bucks versus that is a 5-time revenge though for the Grizzlies. So it'll be interesting to see if they can smack them up. Jaws first time getting one over them, because usually going against Zion they lose, my guys. So it'll be interesting to say 5 times revenge for them boys. So you're laying 9. Be interesting to see what happens. Bucks versus Spurs, my guys. Bucks, these boys coming off the 5-game winning streak. They have been hot, I must say, my guys. Bucks have been hot. Not necessarily a whole lot to play for here. They are still trying to make the 2 seed. Junior, what you think? I know you don't really think that they'll probably get it, catch the Nets for that 2 seed. You think that this is the motivated spot here for the Bucks, or you think the Spurs? Would you lay the 7 on a roll here with the Bucks, Junior? What we doing? Trying to fake the spot?
I retired the trifecta for the regular season. I don't even think I would do a trifecta in the playoffs. That's not a play that seems to make any sense on it, obviously. But what I do need for this part is one of your t-shirts, J Money. I got that on pre-order. All right, so when they come out, I want to be rocking the Smack.
I appreciate you.
City.
Same, yeah.
I appreciate you, my guys. Yeah, no, it's pretty soon.
Bucks. Smack City Bucks. Couple reasons. Number one, the Bucks are one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league and one of the best rebounding teams in the league. The Spurs happen to be the worst 3-point shooting team in the league and one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. So let's just start from right there. That's a big hole to start off any game with. The Bucks are actually hot. They're 8-2 in the last 10, and they're getting contributions from everybody. Drew Holiday's balling. Drew Holiday's averaging 19, 8, and 5, shooting like 38% from 3. Chris Middleton's playing well, and we've always said, at least I have, if Chris Middleton's your second best player, he's good, but he's not anything special. Now you got Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton to go with the freak. Now you're kind of talking. We were saying in the early part of the season that they didn't have chemistry. They kind of figured that out. Bobby Portis has really stepped up in the last 10 games too, played really well, playing strong for them off the bench. Everything that the Bucks do seems to go against what San Antonio does well. So I actually really think the Bucks are going to win this game by margin. They're only a half game out of second place right now, so a win puts them in second place. So that's your motivation right there. Bucks first half, Bucks full game. Smidak City, son.
Gotcha. Now I like the points. It's just crazy that you say all that, and the Bucks are 0-5 against the spread last 5 meetings. They can't seem to smack up the Spurs.
It's weird.
They can't seem to smack up the Spurs.
And it made me feel like
the last couple of meetings in San Antonio, they've lost straight up.
But can I say something, Jay? That's another thing, and it's a point that I wanted to make. San Antonio is a terrible home team. They're a much better road team than they are a home team. They score less points at home, and they allow more points at home. And actually, you want to know a weird stat? When I was looking up the first half stats, San Antonio is actually a better first half road team than Milwaukee, at least lately. But unfortunately for San Antonio, this game's at home. So, and at home, they're like ranked 20-something. So I don't really know what's up with all that, but they're not a good home team. They're like 19 and 15 on the road and like 13 and 20 at home, something like that. So that's been a problem for them all year, and I think the Bucks will exploit that.
Got you guys. Nah, you made some good points.
Who the hell on San Antonio's roster guards Giannis, like for real?
I'll be honest, man.
Good luck, Keldon Johnson. That's all I gotta say.
I'll be honest. I don't even know if this is a motivated spot for the Bucks. Like I said, I put something on the Spurs here plus the 7. It's not a heavy play for me, but I do like this spot. Home game. If the Spurs do get smacked up here, they can pretty much kiss their playoff chances goodbye. I mean, we know that they're just hanging on to the 10 seed right now. We know that the Pelicans are not too far behind. We have seen the Pelicans get some the help from the NBA. So we know the Zion's not in there for a while, but the Pelicans are still playing. They're not too far off. It's actually still possible. You see what I'm saying? So the Spurs, they have all the motivation. They have to win here pretty much. They have to come to play. You just got smacked versus Portland. Must say it's a bunch of games for the Spurs in a small amount of days, but they're coming off a day rest. Like I say, Budenholzer, he just doesn't necessarily play well against Popovich's team. So it's almost like he kind of gifts Popovich's wins or something. So I don't know, man. Some crazy shit going on. Bucks are laying 7 here. It's possible they could win by double digits. They could smack them, but this is the first, and they have been hot as well. This is the first game out on the road after about 4 games at the house. This is the first game of back-to-back. Like, they just go out on the road here one game, then you go back to the house tomorrow, play another game. I just think it's an unmotivated spot for the Spurs, almost like the Suns spot last night. I could see the Spurs win this game straight up, so I put a little something on them plus the 7, my guys. It's just what I'm doing, like a couple of dogs today. But yeah, put some on Spurs plus the 7, Jordan. Are the Bucks gonna play full squad, Jordan? What, we're gonna see a little 5:30 p.m. Injury report? All 3 of them boys resting? Nah, I'm messing with you.
I'd be a little worried about that if they weren't in striking distance of the 2nd seed right now. I think that the way they, like last week, it was looking like they were almost going to be locked in a 3rd seed by today, but like that has not been the case. So I do think they have something to play for, and I am actually like, I think it's funny that like Junior's like stealing all my total spots, so I'm going to steal one that's usually a Junior spot here. Because I'm literally physically shocked that Junior is on the full game of this and not the first half. I know he said no to the trifecta, but Junior, you gotta like the first half of this game, right? Because it just was exactly.
I took first half.
Okay, all right. I didn't know.
First half.
Okay, I didn't hear him say his first half either. So I knew the trifecta was retired. I just wasn't sure if he was on the first half too. Anyways, basically exact same reasons, because Junior kind of stole my thunder. Is the Spurs are giving up like 6 more points per 100 possessions in the first half at home than they are on the road. They have the best home first half defense in the league, and now they're on the road. They're kind of middle of the pack against the Bucks team. Like I said, that motivation a little questionable, but I think in this spot, I mean, with the Spurs, even their last 5, they've been outscored by I think average of 11 per first half, giving up almost 59 per first half. Their last 5, only scoring 47. Bucks being a first half team. I think that, like you said, I mean, unlimited offense basically for the Bucks in the first half of this one. It's the full game I'm a little worried about, to be honest. That's kind of why I staying away from that part. But Bucks minus 3.5 is what I have for this one here.
Got you. Yeah, if you look at that, just one last point for me. If you look at the Nets schedule and you look at the Bucks schedule, it's pretty favorable for the Bucks. They can still get that number 2 seed. And if, in all honesty, I think that the Bucks have seen enough. They've had enough success in regular season to where I kind of started to think that they're starting to look towards the playoffs. They know that's where it matters, whether they're 2 seed or 3 seed. You see that we can go hard in the regular season and risk injury or anything like that, or we can save ourselves for the playoffs where it really matters. I mean, they've had with the regular season crown for like 2-3 straight seasons, my guys. So like I say, be interested. The Bucks could go balls to the wall here and win by double digits. It can happen. I'm betting with the Spurs plus a 7, and I think they're a tad bit more motivated team. Obviously they're not as good as the Bucks. They don't have the same weapons, but they have shown that they can stay with them, and they won the past couple home games versus the Bucks. And Budenholzer might give Pop one. Just you need a little bit more. It's cool. We just smacked the Magic up by 50 tomorrow, my guys. Next game up, Jazz versus Warriors, my guys. Jazz laying 3. This line opened up at 2.5. It's up to 3 here. Must say, It's a tough one, man. Jazz have started to get back hot. They are going on the road here now. They're not the same team on the road. Not necessarily anyone to guard Steph here, Junior. What we doing in this one, my guy?
Yeah, this is kind of a weird one. It's a pass for me. Who's betting against Steph right now? This dude attempted 21 threes in the last game they played. So he's out there on a mission to score 60. That's what he's trying to do out here. As for Utah, they've actually picked it up without Donovan Mitchell and Michael Conley, which should be a warning to the rest of the conference that they're for real. They're looking pretty motivated for these playoffs. I just have no feel for this game. I don't see any advantage personally. Maybe the over 225, another total, but I don't want to overdo it, force any plays after a rough week last week. So it's a pass for me.
Got you. I'm surprised Junior not on the Warriors money line. Be honest with you, Jordan. What we like in this one, Mr. Wick?
When I first was looking at this game, I was kind of thinking about the Warriors, but it's hard for me to step in front of the Jazz in any instance. Like you guys said, they've just been continuing to win regardless of who plays. Conley, Mitchell's out, doesn't matter. Give Joe Ingles the ball, and Bogdanovich and Jordan Clarkson go crazy from beyond the arc. It just they can beat you in so many different ways, and I'm a little worried about that tonight for the Utah Jazz, mainly because it's not a foregone conclusion that the Warriors are able to slow down that trio that I just mentioned. On top of that, like who keeps Rudy Gobert off the offensive glass tonight? Even if the Jazz are missing shots, there's no guarantees he doesn't gobble up like 5 to 8 offensive rebounds and give them a ton of extra possessions. So for that reason, though, I do think Junior, I think Junior's lean is correct in this, and this is when I wrote up for the website, so I don't want to be too long-winded. You can check it out on SBR, but I got the first half over 111. Mainly because of one reason is because the Utah Jazz are not afraid to play up and pace against these top pace teams, and they've shown that they are easy money cashing the over against these teams. 16-9 cashing the over against top 10 pace teams. They're undefeated, 8-0 cashing the over in top 3 pace teams this year, which the Warriors are one of those teams. So it's cashing all 3 appearances between these two teams. And secondly, I mean, not only do I have questions about the Warriors stopping the Jazz tonight, but Stephen Curry's point prop tonight is 35 points. 35. I don't even think I've seen a point prop that big this year, other than from Steph Curry. Like, how do they slow him down? Like, nobody has any answer for him lately. And if the Jazz do play up in pace, which the Warriors have been like extremely fast, especially in first half, paying possessions, 107 possessions per 48 in the first half over their last 5. Give me the over 111 first half. I'm a little scared that the steam's hit it the other direction, but I actually think this first half total has a lot of value. So I'm not really scared that it's gone down a half point since I wrote that up. So give me over 111 official.
Man, we don't get scared of no steam over here, my guys. We don't get scared of no damn steam. Hey, we ain't worried about it. But go against the steam and cash. See what I'm saying? That's what make you go, man.
Tonight.
But me personally, man, it's a tough game. I must say. So the Warriors been hot. Obviously, they've been hot. I mean, this isn't the Thunder that they're facing here, but the Jazz, they've been hot as well, but it's been at the house. Then we see them go on the road. Past few road games, they hadn't looked well. We saw them get smacked versus the Suns, which this is a different squad. And also the problem I have here for the Jazz, it'd be nice if they had Conley in here at least to throw a Curry, at least to start on. It's like, I don't even know who. I mean, you're not going to start Jordan Clarkson. You see what I'm saying? They didn't work out well for him. They're not even starting an actual point guard. They have Joe Ingles basically running the point guard, him and Bogdanovich. They're not guards. So it's like, who's going to guard Steph? You see what I'm saying? If they do, you're going to have to try and double team them. My only problem here is with the Warriors, I don't like the rest of their team. Steph, the way I look at it, I think Steph could go out for 50 and they still possible they could lose, because where's the rest of the 50 points going to come from? The Jazz are just light years better everywhere else. So it's Steph. He's probably going to be the best player on the court. And then like the rest through probably 2 through 8 is type shit going to be for the Jazz. So it's a tough game. I must say I'd be taking the Warriors though plus the 3. I know my guy likes it. So I'll probably hop on the Warriors plus the 3. I think that's the side here for the simple fact the Jazz stepping out on the road, not having a guard, and the Warriors been at the house already 2 days, just getting hot. You see what I'm saying? On their goals. Heavy lean to Warriors, my guys. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put some on them at the plus 3, man. Jordan, break them off with your officials before we get out of here.
Is there over 111 first half, Utah and Golden State, and Milwaukee Bucks minus 3.5 first half against the Spurs?
When did the movie come out?
Oh, I can't tell you that now. off camera. We'll tell you that off camera.
I just watched John Wick 3 the other day, bro. This dude, I mean, the part with the knives where he's getting motherfuckers
slices,
out here, bro. Where he
What you
throws
like?
the axe at homeboy's head, bro. That movie is serious. Sorry to interrupt you, Jordan. My
you straight.
officials are Wizards Atlanta under. Spurs. I'm sorry, not Spurs. Milwaukee first half full game, and Memphis and Nolans under.
Got you. Spurs +7 for me, my guy. Nobody likes it. I understand, but I got some on half unit on Spurs
Now
plus
the
the
chat
7.
likes it though. A lot of people in the chat are on the Spurs, at least unless I'm reading wrong.
Yeah,
I stopped reading like 10 minutes ago, but when you were talking about it, people are riding with you, Jay.
yeah. No, I mean, I know it's a bunch of people on there. I'm seeing 90% of the money on the Bucks, my guy. So hey, it happens. But like I say, I'm going with the Spurs here. Like they lose this game, then they likely will just lay down for the rest of the season. So we'll see what happens, my guys. Man, it's crazy days in NBA, but we still make some money, man. I'm heavy leaning the Spurs. I mean to Warriors as well, plus the 3. Hadn't got there yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sprinkle a little something on it, my guys. That's the show today. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm your host, Jay Money. It's my guy Jordan Sharp. It's my guy Junior Browne. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow.